Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is just a bit of a video on before we headed off on our trip around Australia. We just wanted to know for ourselves if we were going to be legal with our weights. Now, I've had a GVM upgrade done on the Cruiser because I knew I needed that done. But this big heavy old girl behind us, I wanted to know what she weighed and what the van weighed. I mean, sorry, not the van, what the car weighed fully loaded. So I knew if we were going to be legal or not. So we had it weighed by a local bloke called Travel Safe Mobile Weighing Services. He sort of comes to you. Graham Bentley's his name. He's actually heading off on a trip around Australia himself with him and his family. So I'll start off with the car. So obviously it's a Toyota Land Cruiser 200 series. It has a factory GVM of 3,350 kilos. We had it upgraded to 3,850 kilos. So fully loaded with full tanks, me, Mel, Shelby, all the back loaded up, 3 kayaks on the roof, absolutely everything we could think that we would need to take. We had it shoved in the car. And this is also including the ball weight of the caravan, so just take that into mind. We weighed 3,635 kilograms. So it gave us 215 kilograms to play with before we were at the car's GVM, which I was quite impressed with. I thought I was going to go a lot closer to the GVM of the car than that. Since we had it weighed, we've actually taken stuff off the car, so now we're not travelling with 3 kayaks, we're only travelling with 1 adult kayak and a child's kayak. So that's saved us roughly about, I'd say, 30 kilos by the time we took out the extras, the seat, the kayak, the paddle and all that sort of stuff. So that was all good. I was happy with that. And it was pretty evenly weighed side to side and all that sort of stuff. I'll post a picture of the actual printout that he gives you after he does the weighing. Just following on from my weights, I've been informed that I forgot a weight. So I was going to try and film this outside, but it's absolutely blowing a gale at the moment. So here we are. So apparently I missed out the ball weight of our van. So have to remember, this is fully loaded. Both water tanks are full of water. We have a 60-litre angle fridge on the front, in the front fridge box. We've got a bike carrier and a push bike on the back. So our ball weight come in at 268 kilos, which I'm pretty happy with, considering our, let me get it up here, our GTM was 2,760 kilos. So that's pretty well much spot on to around that 10% mark, fairly close to it. So quite happy with it. The springs in the back of the Land Cruiser with the GVM upgrade from Petters, I know we're rated for a constant 300 kilos, so that's pretty well much spot on in the ballpark that we're after. Yes, so that's it. Our ball weight's 268 kilos. Obviously that will be different for everybody. That's just how we have our van loaded. As I said, we've got 2 4-kilo bottles of gas bottles in the front instead of 9s, just to keep that weight down. You know, I don't believe that you need to carry 2 9-kilo gas bottles. It also gives you a little bit more room in the front storage box. We'll move on to the Tanami X15B. So all we could find was obviously what's on the rego papers and what's on the compliance plate. So the tare is 2,340 kilograms, and the GVM or the ATM of the caravan is 3,000 kilograms. So we come in at, this is the scary part. So connected to the car, the load over the axles was 2,760 kilograms. Now mind you, this was with both water tanks full, 60 litre Engel fridge, all our clothes and everything, all our belongings that we were taking on our trip around Australia. So that was pretty much fully loaded except for a bulk food shop. We had some food but not a full load of food. 2 4-kilo gas bottles in the front. We've got rid of the 9 kilos, so it's only 2 4-kilo gas bottles. We've got a floor mat. We've got the super peg awning. Yes. Bikes on the back. The 2 spare wheels were still there. So once you add the ball weight to that, which was 268 kilos, that come to 3,028 kilos. So we were overweight by 28 kilos. Mind you, as I said, that didn't include food. So before I go into what we're going to do to rectify it, our GCM of the Land Cruiser is 6,850 kilos. So with the GTM and the GVM, the car and the caravan all up, we're at 6,395 kilograms. So we're well and truly under our GCM, which was great. So what we've done since we've had it weighed, we had since found 11 1.5 litre bottles of water in one of the drawers on the driver's side of the caravan that we'd forgotten were there. So that accounted for 16 kilos. We've since gone through and culled, replaced stuff with lighter weight stuff. So we've gone through all our kitchenware. We were carrying steel enamel plates and bowls and cups and all that sort of stuff. Well, they've all been taken out now and replaced with plastic ones. So all up with what we've culled so far, we've got back to roughly that 3,000 kilos. So what we're going to do in the future, as soon as the batteries fail, I don't really want to pay for the cost of it now just for the sake of doing it. We're going to replace the AGM batteries with a 200 amp hour lithium battery. So that will save me, rough speak, about 50 kilos, 50 to 60 kilos. So that brings us under that GVM straight away, and that will account for some food when we're carrying the food. But we've also decided we're not going to carry as much food as what we normally used to carry. We'll still will carry food, but we will do more consistent shops when we're in towns and all that sort of stuff. And the other option is just don't run 2 full tanks. Run 1 full tank and a half a rear tank, or just depends on where we're going. Obviously, if we're going remote for a long time, we will just fill both tanks up. But yes, it was a bit of an eye-opener. I knew these things were heavy, but I didn't think they were going to be that heavy. But in saying that, I wouldn't change it. It's a good van. It does what we want. It does have its flaws, but I don't think whatever van you buy, they all have their flaws. They all have their bonuses. But yeah, so I'll post a photo of his weighing. I'm pretty sure he's taking his scales on the road with him. I'll post a link to his Facebook page. So if you anybody wants to utilise him, very professional, very easy to get along with. Because we didn't have any major dramas, there wasn't a lot for us to talk about on what to rectify. But yes, and very well priced. His pricing was far better than anybody else that I'd come across. We probably spent an hour with him. We have got a bit of footage that we'll put in here of the actual process that we went through.